It's tough. I think a loss for words was it's the right way to put it. Because you just think of the history. My people were strong. It's it's
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is your captain speaking. We'll be landing in the airport in just a few minutes.
To be honest, I was trying to just help my local community, and so the forward-thinking aspects of it, that didn't really start coming until the last year. Now, about a year ago, did I think we'd be in Africa? Absolutely, but at the start, nah, not in my wildest dreams. My name is Neandre Broussard. I'm the founder of Black Menswear, CEO. Really a humble man, just trying to be a servant to do God's work for this world. I'm living out my mission through Black Menswear. No. I did think that it would afford me opportunities to meet with some dynamic people, but I did not think that, at that point, to be honest, I was trying to just help my local community. Well, I think Africa is kind of a one of those like, why wouldn't you go to Africa? It's where the diaspora started, and specifically coming to Ghana as the initial export of my ancestors, right? This particular region is a place where most of us Americans rooted one way or another to make our way to America, right? And so Ghana is instrumental. Ghana was the first country to gain its independence as an African country, right? And so there's so much rich history in Ghana, and then also considering that our partner Jermaine Gibbs with Hope Missions and the work that they've been doing here, he gave me a little bit of introduction to the hospitality, to the beauty of, but then also to the need here in Ghana. So it was a no-brainer for us to come to Ghana for our very first Africa flash mob.
My name is Jermaine Gibbs, lead photographer for Black Menswear and founder of Hope Missions. People always ask, out of all the countries that I've been to on the continent of Africa, why Ghana? Coming to Ghana, as soon as you step off the plane, it's just something that just hits you. The hospitality is beyond amazing. You feel loved. You feel like you're at home. It don't feel like I'm out of the country. Whenever I come to Ghana, I feel like I'm home. So it's just like literally Ghana is my second home. And I've built so many relationships with so many different people, and every time I come, I continue to build relationships. So I feel like these are not just relationships, but these people become my family. So it's like coming home and having a family reunion where you get to hang out and be amongst your friends and family that you haven't seen in a couple of years.
One of the things I heard when we first got here is that Ghana has the ability to execute. What they lack is the resources. What they lack is the infrastructure. That is one of the things that we have in the quote unquote Western world, or in the first world countries. We have the resources and the opportunity that we can take them and then pour them into them, then they can work with them to execute. So, you know, for example, with the school that Hope Missions is building there, having Black Menswear the opportunity to be able to partner with them with that is like, okay, all these kids need is an infrastructure. These kids are smart, they're educated, they're talented, they're really happy, they're wanting to learn, but the only thing they lack is actually literally a physical space to learn. So we can provide them with, whether it's financial resources, whether it's actual physical labor, whether it's school supplies, backpacks, whether it's technological equipment, monitors, computers. If we provide them with the same resources that we would want for ourselves and want for our children, we can make an impact on those kids as well.
To be honest, BMW University was major. Not because we were doing it, but because looking around and seeing the expressions on the kids' faces, they really was blessed to be able to have people come from the States and teach these programs that, one, they would have never got a chance to be a part of because of how much it would cost to be in a class like this. And then two, for to have hands-on experience and actually get to test out the different things, and then at the end to create a small video. That was very, very impactful. And then on top of that, to be able to bless them with brand new Beats earphones was just the icing on the cake. From what he told me when he pulled me to the side, he said, God must have heard my prayer, because we've been trying to do something like this for years, because there's so many talented people in his church and in his village, but again, lack of resources. Nobody actually want to come and teach these classes, especially for free. So I'm sure that he felt like he's indebted, and he is beyond blessed to be able to have had us to host a class, and to you know, they want to be able to come back and do something like this again.
So what Black Menswear is going to do, in conjunction with Hope Missions, we're going to raise you $3,000 to build out the Sunday school.
It's kind of hard. It really is hard to put it in words when you just think about the emotion that was coming upon me. Was it anger, diligence, motivation, empowerment? This idea, this thought around. This is where it started, and the anger comes from, damn, how dare they take us from where we were at home, over 400 years ago. The motivation comes because it's like, okay, well now I'm able to come back in a position that I don't even know if my ancestors could have envisioned, because again, I didn't even envision the magnitude of this 5 years ago.
Now, before what you're standing is the male slave dungeon. Now, the male slave dungeon was established to hold as many as 1,000 men. The female slave dungeon was established to hold as many as 500 women. But because of the sun, I'm going to take you to the male slave dungeon. The floor that leads to the male dungeon is very slippery. You take your time, you walk slowly, please. Please come with me. Take your time, you walk slowly. You don't rush in the tall. You watch your steps and know where you are standing. It's very important. Slowly, you walk slowly, you come inside slowly. The floor again is very slippery. You take your time, you walk slowly. And this male slave dungeon comprises of 5 cells. The first cell, the second cell, third, fourth, and the fifth cell. In each one of them were 200 African men. So that means we're 1,000 men in the male slave dungeon. Now for 200 African men in this cell, that hole there was the only source of light and air for 200 men here. There are 3 slave castles in West Africa. It's so unfortunate that the 3 slave castles are located in Ghana. These slave castles are Elmina Slave Castle, Osu Slave Castle, and Cape Coast Slave Castle. Elmina Slave Castle was built by the Portuguese in 1482. It is the biggest and the oldest slave castle. That slave castle is 540 years old. Osu Slave Castle is located in Accra. It was established by the Danish in 1661. And this is Cape Coast Slave Castle. Cape Coast Slave Castle was built by the British in 1665. This is the youngest slave castle. However, Cape Coast Slave Castle is 356 or 357 years old. This is the youngest, however. But before the Europeans came to West Africans, the first intruders to come to this very continent were the Arabs. The Arabs came across the Sahara Desert. Okay, we have this ceremony I'm now working on. We call it the hailing tour of the castle. It's also called the Journey of Return ceremony. It's a reserved ceremony we do organize for the Africans in the diaspora who would like to reconnect with their ancestral heritages. I'm going to take you to the male dungeon, okay, to the male punishment cell. And when you get there, I'm going to allow us to light candles there, okay? We light candles. We don't worship our ancestors. That part of the history is wrong. We can't worship dead people. Our ancestors are the great-grandparents of our great-grandparents. So when you come in a place like this, it's very important we do honor them. That is what you do. You can't worship dead people. When we die, we become the ancestors. And when they are born, they become like us, the living ones. Black energy never dies. Yes. See, may the ancestors be with you. May you receive the favor, the blessings, the protection, the success of the ancestors. May your lives never be the same. Black energy is coming back, and black energy never dies. Yes. Shade. Shade.
Hello, my name is Sister Deborah. I'm a pop artist from Ghana. I do art, I do creative video directing, I'm into fashion, and I also advocate against the use of single-use plastics, and I also advocate for the safety and protection of the LGBTQ community in Ghana. So my music genre, more often than not, is Afro-pop music. You could describe my music as satirical, sometimes controversial, fun, positive, and I don't know, bubbly, like my personality. So with my activism, let's start with plastic pollution. We incorporated plastic because of hygiene, durability, and things like that, but we never thought of where plastic would go. And the truth is that it never goes anywhere because it's not biodegradable. So in my own small way, through my social media platforms, I try to educate and create awareness on the need to refuse plastic, especially plastic bags, the need to reuse if you have to use one, and also to develop the habit of recycling. Looking at statistics and research, it shows that we eat plastic by eating fish these days, and we need to think about the future generation and what's going to happen, to them and to us as well. And also, unfortunately, some members of parliament, or should I say legislators, are trying to pass a bill that would criminalize the LGBTQ community in Ghana, and we are advocating, well, myself, allies, my brother, One Love, Angel Maxine, who's the first transgender musician out of Ghana, and a lot of other people are advocating against this bill, because this bill is against the LGBTQ community in Ghana. So through our music, or through my music, I talk about things like this.
My name is Reggie Rockstone, West Africa, Ghana to be precise, and I am the hip life originator. My genre of music is really hip hop. As far as the brand name Hip Life, it was a combination of hip hop and high life. High life being the most popular Ghanaian music style, genre. So at the time, Ghana was very excited because here I was I looked like the folks that they would see on MTV, but when I would rap, it was in our own language. And immediately, all the kids started to gravitate towards my movement. Today, menswear, you coming home, it's a good start, it's a good look. Connect with the people then, you know, find out how we moving, what you could do. Because whether you like it or not, this is home. When shit hits the fan, this is it. That Wakanda shit, this is it, you know. And we are really grateful. You know, I always commend and I always recommend. So you on the right path, brothers and sisters, and we appreciate you. Yeah.
So the impact that it's going to bring is, there's one thing where you bring in a whole bunch of brothers in the States together from different cities all over the United States. But to be able to do this on a global scale, where you actually have brothers from the States that have came here, and then you have brothers that's traveling from different regions, not just here in Accra, but from Kumasi, from the Volta region, from Cape Coast, coming all in and just being able to see all the brothers come together in a unity. I think that's going to be a thing that will live on in the people of Ghana and the surrounding countries that actually come in. This will be something that they will never forget.